talking about what to do when you feel discouraged, or like if you see your progress photos or stats and you're like, I absolutely hate the way that I look, you know, my photos look terrible, all that kind of stuff, and how to like keep going and push through when that happens. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because today's check-in day, and we absolutely love check-in day at Fit Strategy because it's a day that everybody literally gets to like celebrate their wins. We talk about ways that we can improve, and it's just like a really big day for growth. So I absolutely just get so pumped up on check-in day, and yeah, it's super busy, but it's fantastic. And so I'm going to share some of our secrets today that help our ladies be so successful, because I think they have a really big advantage over a lot of other ladies because they literally are just so transparent, but also we tackle things a little bit differently, I find, than some other coaches do. So we're going to go over that today. So the first thing to understand is like when you're feeling like your progress photos aren't amazing, or you're feeling like you're not progressing, you need to be objective over emotional. And I think a lot of us take a lot of the progress days or check-in days as emotional, and we also ramp ourselves up before we get into check-in day, right? Like if we find that we are if you find that you are ramping yourself up negatively for check-in day, you're probably going to find that you're going to find something that you don't love. However, if you walk in with a clear mind, you're like, you know what? Maybe today's going to be great. Maybe today's not going to be great. We're going to find out what happens, because when I step on this scale, it's just going to be a number. It's an objective number. It doesn't tell me that I'm good. It doesn't tell me that I'm bad. It's just a number on the scale, right? So when we know this and we go into our check-in days, it's a lot easier for us to go in, because we're like, you know what? Whatever happens, I tried my best this week, and you know what? Whatever, it's another week, and I'm just going to keep going, right? Because we're not going to stop working out. We're not going to stop eating healthy. So realistically, this is just a progress indicator of how we're doing on our other goal, which is weight loss. So when we step on the scale and we see that it goes up, we go, shoot, okay, that kind of sucks maybe, right? We have our emotions, and I give myself 30 seconds to feel those emotions. So whether I'm happy, whether I'm sad, whether I'm whatever, I'm frustrated, I'm disappointed, I let myself have 30 seconds and identify those emotions. I'm like, you know what? I'm actually pretty disappointed. I'm pretty pissed off if that's the case. Like, that freaking sucks, right? And I let myself be with those emotions for a second, but then I let them go. I'm like, you know what? I'm frustrated. It is what it is. This is my plan to go forward. Because the thing is like, if you're just like, I'm frustrated, this is stupid, throws the scale away, never thinks about it again, you're never going to progress, and you don't have a growth mindset if that's your attitude going in, okay? And also, I'm not going to lie, it's just a shitty mindset. It's just a shitty mindset to walk in and see what you want to see, because you're probably ramping it up in your head that you're like, well, you know, I want to do this, I want to do that, so, you know, whatever, like, you know, I did whatever I could this week, and I tried, and stupid scale, freaking dumb, I can never lose weight. It's like, that's a terrible mindset. It's like, there's always stuff that you could do to improve. And if you don't know how to improve or like get better, then you probably need help, and just accept that you need help. It's okay. Like, it's not a big deal. I needed help. I couldn't do it on my own. I tried and it sucked, right? Like, now I can do it on my own, but it took a lot of time and a lot of like practice, and that's how you get good at something. You practice at it, right? But if you keep giving up every time the scale goes up a pound, you're never going to get good at it. Doesn't work, okay? So the second thing is like, after you're done detaching yourself, so you're like, you know what? Those are my emotions. It is what it is. I'm pissed off. I'm disappointed. Screw this, right? You put the scale away. Then we need to figure out, okay, let's take some progress photos. We take the progress photos. Oh, my stomach is like not looking the way that I want to. Oh, my arms don't look the way that I want to. All this kind of stuff that we tell ourselves, right? And then I look at it from an emotional point, sure, but I also look objectively. I look at my progress photos from the last 4 weeks. Have they improved at all? Has my weight improved? Like, is it consistent, or do I find that my weight's fluctuating? What's going on with my weight? And I look at it objectively. If someone who was not me, who was not emotionally invested in the situation, looked at my progress, what would they say? And normally when I look at my progress photos and I finish picking myself apart, I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I am getting leaner. My muscle is getting better. I like the shape a little bit more, maybe of like my legs or something, and I try and find some good things. And the reason why is that, like, when you're trying to look at your photos and things like that, it's so easy to look at the areas that you don't love. It's so easy to look at the things that you don't really like about yourself, but it's really hard sometimes to look at the things that are going well. And sometimes your progress photos are going to show you way more than your scale is going to show you. So if you're finding that you're getting frustrated with the scale and you're finding that you're getting frustrated with your photos, I definitely recommend taking a look and just being objective with it for a minute and looking at like the beginning of the month, looking at the end of the month, and just trying to see what's going well and what isn't going well. And that's going to go a long, long way. Okay. So that's the other thing. And then the last thing that I normally look at is like, I also look at my other health indicators. So my stress, my sleep, my period, my, how is my food? How's my exercise doing? And it's like, if I haven't slept all week, I'm stressed out to shit. I haven't gotten my water in, my nutrition's kind of subpar, and like my workouts are good, but I probably could have gave it more intensity. And then I'm also going to be up on my period. It's like, and I'm only up a pound, that's pretty damn good actually, right? Like it's like that's a lot of stuff going on. So you want to be mindful of the other health indicators too, and being like, is this realistic, or is this just something that I'm telling myself? Because sometimes we tell ourselves stories. Sometimes the truth actually comes out in the data, right? So once you take a look at all of those things, you're like, okay, then you can make an actual decision whether you need to change things and adjust things, or if you need to just wait it out for a little bit of time because there's some other stuff going on, right? And then normally choosing 1 to 2 things or habits to work on to kind of improve that week. That's going to lead you to feeling way less disappointed and actually have you feeling more motivated and like working towards progression than just constantly beating yourself up because you don't like the way that you look in your photos. Because especially if you have 50, 60, 70 pounds to lose, like trust me, been there, had 40 to 50 pounds to lose, and it's like every time you take a photo, sometimes it feels like weeks and weeks and you're like, it just looks the same, right? But it's like after a while, it actually doesn't look the same. And the thing is like if you keep going, it's going to be a lot better than if you quit. So if you're watching this and you got to the end of this video, I hope that you keep going, and I hope that you keep looking at your progress photos and looking at your health indicators and keep looking at all the things that actually make up a weekly check-in, rather than just getting frustrated because the scale doesn't say what you wanted to say. But at the same time, it did say what you wanted to say because you kind of ramped yourself up for it to be up, right? You're like, oh, I bet you the scale is going to go up. You step on the scale, you're like, see, that's what I thought it was going to do, right? So if you ladies are looking to lose weight, if you are looking to tone and tighten and all these kind of things, make sure that you're being objective with your check-ins because it's going to help you see more progress so you can actually get to the results that you want. I hope you have the best day ever, and thanks so much for tuning in.